Speaking of the amateur game, the LPGA today announced the launch of the LPGA Collegiate Advancement Pathway, a program that creates a direct route for top college golfers to immediately gain access to the Epson Tour. The top 10 players in the rankings will earn various degrees of status on the Epson Tour. In many ways, this is similar to the PGA Tour University program. To be eligible, players must complete 4 years of competition or 4 years of academics with at least 2 years of competition. And the ranking will be based on a 2-year cycle, which will include results from both collegiate and non-collegiate events. For example, the U.S. Women's Amateur. Additional information for the ranking system will be released later this year. It's a pleasure to welcome Thomas Tangtiphaiboontana, Senior Vice President of LPGA Tour Operations at Golf Central. So, Thomas, how long has the creation of this program been in development?
The team here has been working on it for some time. We wanted to have the necessary conversations and the research kind of in hand to help guide us in building out this program. Announcing it today obviously coincides with, being right ahead of the college golf season. So that way we can start awarding cards starting in May of 2026.
Now, the tour already offers the LPGA Elite Amateur Pathway, or the LEAP program. Why did you feel like this additional pathway was necessary? How do they differ?
So with the LEAP program, when we created that, we basically looked at the makeup of the LPGA Tour. When we looked at it, 44% of our top 80 players over the last 4 years played college golf. So when we created LEAP, it was more of a global pathway, not necessarily a collegiate pathway, since it includes a lot of amateur events around the world. When we looked at the Epson Tour membership, the numbers are a little bit different. Over the last 4 years in the top 80, it's 82% of the players played college golf. And of those players who played college golf, it's 3.79 years in college. So college graduates make up a majority of the Epson Tour membership. And so we felt it was vital to, create a direct pathway for these college players to go directly to the Epson Tour.
That kind of answers the next question that I want to ask you, which was simply, who do you think the primary benefactors of this new program are going to be?
Pretty much anybody who's in Division I college. I know that, the decision to turn pro early will always exist. So will there be players who turn pro early? Absolutely. But this now provides an additional option for players that, if I'm choosing to go back to school to develop for 1 more year, you have a clear pathway to professional golf and having a place to play, guaranteed place to play for 1.5 years on the Epson Tour.
Is this new pathway, Thomas, an acknowledgement of the depth of women's collegiate golf today?
Yes, absolutely. So with the Epson Tour, the team has done a fantastic job of growing that tour, building up the purses. So we've seen the talent level come through Epson increase and improve every single year. Hence why we actually went from 10 to 15 LPGA Tour cards on Epson last year. And now by building this pathway for collegiate seniors to get to the Epson Tour, that's only going to make the Epson Tour even stronger.
In some ways, this seems similar to the PGA Tour University, but the top player in those rankings, they're offered a PGA Tour membership immediately. Why is it that the top player in the Collegiate Advancement Pathway is not offered a membership on the LPGA Tour, and instead a spot in the final qualifying for Q School?
So with everything that our team does, we always look at the data. And, we know that LPGA cards, Epson Tour cards are all very valuable. And being a member organization, we have to kind of have buy-in from, the LPGA and Epson Tour members when presenting and also, giving cards away. That's what we did with LEAP. We shared it with all the player directors, making sure that everyone was comfortable with us offering this. Same thing with the Epson Tour. I feel strongly and very confident that, with having LCAP in place, it's going to basically set the foundation to grow the Epson Tour, the LPGA Tour, and women's golf. And as we see the upcoming classes come through, I have no doubt that we'll expand and award LPGA cards through this program in the future.
Tommy, we wish the LPGA all success with the new program. Thank you for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Appreciate the time.